cage for Prepper Madness, and we're in the little gun room that we're using for one of the buildings for storage and for cleaning and small repairs and reloading. And you'll see me in here from time to time doing videos talking about different aspects of firearms and shooting and things like that. So, to start out, I am going to reach into one of the drawers on the cabinets and pull out. Now, this is a pellet gun, so I can keep it in a drawer in a cabinet. Under 500 feet per second, you can buy this at a hardware store. I did, 50 bucks. It's got nothing in it. Has a little laser on the bottom, and I think I paid $25 for that. And I use this for practicing my trigger control. Works great. Has a really heavy trigger. So what I do is we get the laser fired up. Okay, so is it going to show up on there? Let's see. So what I do is I pick an item and start out. This is, very, very close. No problem. Pick an item, pick a point on the item, and pull the trigger nice and straight and under control and keep the laser on it. Now, if you're doing this, don't worry about it. That's normal. I've been doing this for years and years and years. And I need a battery in the little laser. But start out and I do both hands. And I keep the laser. I'm not worried about aiming with my eyes through the sights or anything like that. I am simply keeping this on a point and pulling the trigger and doing muscle memory, and I'm doing it one-handed, and I do it left-handed and right-handed. Then I switch to a grip and I go faster. And I switch to a proper grip. And again, not worried about, aiming on the sights, open, both eyes open or one eye or whatever. I'm not worried about that. This is for trigger control. This is purely trigger control. And this will translate to better shooting down the road with all firearms. Okay? So, by using an inexpensive pellet gun instead of a firearm, you can do this wherever, whenever, as long as people aren't going to go crazy and phone around and get you in trouble. But you don't have to worry about a license. I mean, if you haven't, even if you're someone who hasn't even got a firearm yet and you're thinking about getting one, or you shoot with friends but you don't own one and you want to be able to practice, you can practice in your own home with this pellet gun or an airsoft. And the beautiful thing is, this is modeled after a pistol that I actually own. And so as far as the size and the feel and all those things, it doesn't have the weight to it, but everything else works. I can put this in the holsters for my regular pistol and practice draw and all that kind of stuff. And there's many, many models available if you just shop around and look. And if you go to an airsoft store, you'll pay more money. But again, you don't need a firearms license, and you can get one that is exactly like the firearm you want to get. And in a lot of cases, they break down exactly like the real firearm. So you can practice, working on it as well, not just firing it. So once you've done all this and you get to the real firearm, instead of wasting all of those rounds and all that ammunition on trigger control, you've done yourself a big service and got a lot of practice. And then when you get your hands on your actual firearm at the range and you're going to shoot, you're going to get better results. You're going to be happier. You're going to be more accurate. And you're going to learn more about actually shooting and that. Okay, so we're going to do a little tour of the gun room that we've set up in one of the buildings here. So there is a gun locker. That's one of them. Here is a locker that we keep powder and components and loaded ammo in. We've separated things so that basically 243 and down is what we're calling small caliber, and 25-06 and up is what we're calling larger caliber. We did that just to just keep things separate so we can, work with things a little easier. So small caliber stuff and rimfire is in this cabinet. And here is a little reloading area bench that we've done up and got it set up to start doing some reloading. Just a nice little spot, nice and compact. Nice little file cabinet there that we keep all kinds of stuff in there. We've got some reloading dies, and one of the drawers is the primers, so we keep the primers separate from the powder and the bullets, and etc., etc. And then our little workbench area. So nice little compact area. You got to have a coffee cup. Have to have it. Never far away. Along with the reloading area, we have our case cleaning center over here, case prep center, and then all kinds of tools and little gadgets and things for cleaning, doing small repairs, things like this. And we have a couple lockers here that just good old school lockers that we were able to get, and they lock up fine. They're all bolted together and bolted down, and keep firearms and other goodies in there. A closet for clothing and camo clothing and things like that. And then another cabinet, and this is the 25-06 and up cabinet, and that's where we have things like the bullets, the powders that are appropriate for those calibers, and other components, and then loaded ammunition as well. And then a cabinet with 4 drawers, and again, tools, gun parts, rings and mounts, more loading components, all that kind of stuff. That's just a quick little video, and that's the kinds of stuff we're going to be working on here. So, hope you liked the video. Please, any questions, comments, concerns, down in the comments below. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again. This is Cage for Prepper Madness. Okay. See ya.